And we have this gorgeous, perfect queen. Her veil, I've seen in other videos there's an issue with holes. There is some holes in mine that are little tiny. But I try to be super careful when I'm packaging her because I saw that that was an issue. So I think it looks mostly fine unless you were super close on it. You wouldn't see the tiny little holes. But just be aware that there will be holes kind of regardless of what you do. She has her ring on this hand, super cute. I wanna see if I can paint the ring so that the outsides are gold and it's not all like a blue plasticky looking piece, but it's cute. Little ring. She has like card or paperboard flowers, which is just funny to me. Like, is it that expensive to make a plastic bouquet of flowers? And again, this makes me wonder kind of how much of an afterthought these dolls were. But I like that we have the general like wedding colors, so I can remake flowers that look more realistic or 3D. So that I have kind of like a base to be able to make her wedding flowers. I think this dress is absolutely gorgeous. I mentioned earlier that I wasn't sold initially on the idea of a purple wedding. I think in general the Descendants costumes can feel a little animated, cartoony. I think that obviously it is made for children and not for 26-year-olds. But I think sometimes the costumes can be a little bit simplified and a little bit exaggerated as far as the color palettes go. So when I first saw that like Mal was getting married in purple, I was like, seriously? Like, she only ever wears purple. She can't just have like an all white wedding gown. But it did grow on me. I really love this design. I like that they made it like a classic kind of modern wedding gown shape. It has that ball gown feel with the skirt, but very like modern with the sweetheart and the like the sheer part on top. But I do like that they combined this kind of faux leather, kind of very Isle, very classic Mal look with the full skirt of a wedding gown. Like, they didn't just try and put like a leather jacket on top of a wedding gown, which is what I kind of initially felt like they were doing. And there is another costume where they did do that with, which we won't talk about. But this one, I like that they used the material and the idea, but they used it within like a wedding gown silhouette. It feels very like a wedding, like a marriage of the Isle and Oregon, like the classic fairy tale princess, but also this like rock land princess that Mal is. So I do really like the design after it kind of grew on me, and like that they combines the Isle and Oregon, the like classic princess, but the rebel, without it feeling too derivative of itself. So I think that's really cool. Again, excited to see if we get a live action version of this gown, what it'll look like, the details and everything. But the wedding short with her wedding gown just came out. And I do really, really like the animated version of the dress. So even if they do get married in animated form, I think I'll still, at least her dress won't be a disappointment. And then I love how long this gown is, but underneath she is wearing shoes. And from past videos, I've heard these are Mal D1 shoes, which I think is super cute. But it also kind of makes me wonder if she gets married in her D1 shoes. We not see her shoes in the wedding. Like, why? Again, some of these details are an afterthought. So I'm curious as to how much of what an afterthought the wedding thing is. I don't know. I'm still so confused about the royal wedding, what the idea is, and where it came from, and when it was filmed, and if it was all animated in voiceover or some of it's going to be live action, and why there's been so much vagueness surrounding all the details. And I think some of it is obviously to do with, you know, the fact that Cameron passed before D3 premiered, and so a lot of the things they probably had planned suddenly felt very different, which I think is was understandable and fair, and I love that they were respectful of that. He'd be respectful of his family's feelings and his, you know, his co-stars' feelings and the fans' feelings. Because I did hear rumor that this was maybe supposed to premiere closer to D3, and they pushed it a year. But then I'm like confused, because if they decided to go for it, then why not make it a big deal, and why not be more loud about what it is and when it is? And like, I'm not even sure how the short's been coming out a week apart. Like, they just kind of show up on my YouTube page or in my like Twitter mentions, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool, I guess another one's out. So like, I don't know, I wish I would have made it like a thing. Like, if you're gonna release it, make it a thing, and like promote it and give us information about it. And if it was just like a grab for money towards the end of like, oh, let's throw this thing together, then like, don't put it out, because that feels disrespectful to the Descendants legacy and Cameron's legacy. So I don't know, I'm just curious as to what the actual wedding short will be, and hopefully that will give some insight into this whole storyline arc and what the kind of original concept was, and if it was more of an afterthought or always planned. It was supposed to be like a bridge to D4, or like, I don't know. I'm just curious to see what information will continue to come out. But I do really love this doll. I'm really excited about her. I think she's going to be really perfect for what I have planned. She does have one gloved hand also, for the record, one gloved hand and one bare hand with the ring. Which is interesting, because I was watching the engagement in D3 and she's wearing glow on both hands. I don't know why Dove Mal can't handle a ring and a glove, but I'm glad we get to get this gloveless hands, not handless gloves, because when you're, you know, dressing up the dolls for different photos and things, I don't think the gloves are always outfit appropriate or like event appropriate. So I like that we have at least one hand that's not gloved. And this tiara, absolutely adorable, so cute. Her hair is very, very purple and blue, which I think is really cute. I don't know, I think the blue hair was an interesting decision in D3, but I really like staying a little bit more true to her purple roots, so I like that. The doll has a lot of purple in her hair. So that is the first wave of my Descendants Secret Project unboxing. And I will see you guys when I unbox the rest.